Psychic friends.
Hello.
Oh,
We have psychic friends.
no, it's my. Oh, all right. Yeah.
Yay!
Hello,
Hello.
hey.
Welcome.
Hi.
Kind of like
Wow.
Dash, you like this enough to come back for another day.
I'm back. You can't get rid of me.
Good.
You
Good,
consider
good.
yourself a hunted.
Oh,
Hooray.
gosh.
I've also got the chat. I've got the chat popped out so I can see what people on YouTube are saying. Also, Rosa's here. Rosa, hi.
Hello.
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 Nice to meet you.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm ready to rock. I'm ready for psychic advice. I'm excited for this, and I'm gonna dip out and let you take it away.
All right. This is wild because we've already said something. So normally the way the podcasts go is I start and I say, "Hi, I'm Dash,"
And I'm Rosa.
and you're listening to or watching, I guess, psychic friends. And it used to make sense because we were in the same room recording it, and now we live in different states and we aren't in the same room, but we still, when we do the podcast, we try to close our eyes and say it at the same time, and we never, relying on like intrinsic psychic ability, we never get it right is the trick that you gotta know.
I have to say this is an exciting one because I don't think we've done live shows. We've done like our podcast that you can stream every week on Thursday. They come out on Thursdays at 12:30, I believe.
Oh, plugging it early.
Ooh, plugging.
Right.
But I don't think we've ever done one like live streamed. Like our live shows have all been all IRL.
We did the live streamed one for one of the Witches Fest ones, remember? But we were in the same room.
Yeah, I guess we
doing
do that. That one's always weird because we also then do it live the next day whenever we do Witches
Right.
Fest. Yeah, okay. Well, that's true.
And so we do normally, if you don't know, Witches Fest is a pagan fair that happens in New York. That is a lot happens on it, and it's
Don't throw shade to other witch fairs at the
I'm
on
not-
the
listen,
paranormal
hey.
the paranormal convention we're doing.
Hey, listen,
Drama.
number one,
Okay.
I'll do shade all the time. You can't stop me. Good luck. Number two,
Okay.
I will talk mess, but I'll still do it every year because it's fun. Because it's a where else am I gonna see the DJ that dresses head to toe in white and blasts Born This Way? And also, where else am I gonna see Ashley Draven, the witch who rocks.
The witch who rocks. For newer listeners, obviously this isn't our usual base. If you haven't experienced Ashley Draven, she's a witch who is also the front woman of like a cover band, and also they also do original songs.
Yeah.
And
she shows up to Witches Fest every year, and her music is super fun, but her band doesn't come with her.
Singer.
So she brings a CD of the karaoke tracks of her band. So it's basically like the singer of a band doing karaoke to their own band, which is just more of it. You know what I mean? More of it. That's what I want.
My favorite though is during the end of her set. Sometimes she'll announce it, sometimes she won't, with the phrase witches aren't supposed to play this song. And
then she sings New York. Okay, but
I wanted the listeners to think of what song would come after witches aren't allowed
what
to
song
sing.
do you think that witches aren't allowed to sing?
I'm allowed to sing. Whatever you're thinking, you're wrong. Anyway, Dash, please.
It's New York, New York. She do New York, New York. She did, and a whole kick line starts. I can't recommend it highly. I feel like we've spent too much time just plugging a different event.
Yeah, no. Anyway,
it started, and we've covered all bases here because we did start with me making fun of the event, and then I think we both
and then
were
highly
like, that's a bad.
it
and then we got
almost immediately after. Okay,
this is a psychic advice show called Psychic Friends. It's the only show where two idiots go on Psychic Advice Facebook, part of Facebook you probably didn't know existed,
or maybe honestly, this crowd seems like it might.
All right, maybe.
People? I don't know. Go on.
We try to find the people who need the most help, and they're demanding the help, and they're asking for the help, and we try to help them. And do they listen to the show? I don't think so, but we help them for the enjoyment of you.
And hey, maybe you have some similar psychic questions as yourself. No, I'm already butchering this one.
No, you're doing great. I did a podcast and someone wanted to talk about this show, and the person was like, so you and Rosa are psychics. And I was like, Rosa has psychic dreams.
Yeah.
And because it's hard. You don't want to say like, I'm not a psychic. You know what I mean? That feels like a weird one to say just about yourself, that you're not a psychic, you know?
Yeah, I think the hardest thing with people are like, are you psychics? I'm like, maybe. How big's your mind? How big maybe. Because I get very intuitive reads on people. I'm very good at like is this person harmful, or is this person a threat? Now, is that psychic or is that childhood trauma? Is it both? Who knows? You know what I mean? I think that's every witch at some point needs to ask themselves, is it witchcraft or is it childhood trauma? And
or
you get to also choose both, actually. A lot of it is both. You'd be surprised.
A lot of it is and also like I was reading a bunch of Ingo Swann, queer elder in the strange Ingo Swann. I was reading a bunch of Ingo Swann books, and I was doing remote viewing for a minute, and I was sending you some of them, and I was getting some pretty good. Yeah, and then Rosa has psychic dreams. Do you want to tell them about your dreams?
Yeah, I grew up having a lot of psychic dreams, and I asked my mother about it, and she's like, well, it makes sense. Your grandmother was your great-grandmother was a psychic who lived in West Covina and wore a caftan and beguiled the neighbors with their fates. And I was like, that can't be true. Imagine just being like, yeah, of course. That's crazy. Hey, listen, I love when you ask a parent something and they're like, oh, it makes sense that you have psychic dreams. Like, you're like scared. You're like, oh my God, like, is anyone going to get me? And it's like, Mom, I think I'm having psychic dreams. And she's just like, well, your great grandmother was a fortune teller down in Southern California. It's like, okay.
Yeah, cool.
All right. No, I feel like we've we're longtime collaborators. We've pushed myself. We've gotten oils. We've pushed. We've done some like ghost hunting. We've definitely pushed.
Paranormal
how
message.
Psychic can we get?
Can I just? I'm sorry to interrupt you. No, I'm not. Can I say how wild it is? This is so people who tuned in. I don't know how many people were watching on the panel yesterday. I don't know who are still here today, not still here as if you didn't leave, but who've come back. Anyway,
maybe there's one person just waited all night.
Just waited in the chat room like it's gonna pop off. Can I say Rosa is one of my favorite people in the whole world, and we do this podcast together. We shot a whole paranormal investigation pilot together. And that's not even like all of this stuff. So to say we've done some ghost hunting is so crazy to me.
Here's my thing. I didn't know if you wanted to bring up, like, here's my thing. I don't know where this pilot's going. I don't know who it's being pitched to. I want to create an air of mystery.
Oh, you're trying to make a mystery. Okay. So you want to really underplay what we've this is
just in case we're not ready to like release all the details yet,
right, I'm gonna say any of the details. So if this is your first time consuming a Psychic Friendz media, and it's not usually I say if this is your first time listening, and then usually I'm like, if this is your first time listening
like
to a Psychic
closer
Friendz,
and closer to the
camera. It's because of the way I have a
at
webcam.
The end we're gonna kiss. We're both gonna just get too close. Go on.
This is probably your first Psychic Friendz. That's all I'm saying. This is probably your first Psychic Friendz. And a lot of times what we do is we just do bullshit the first 15 to 20 minutes and kind of just talk about whatever. And what's good is sometimes on accident, instead of the first 15 minutes, we'll do the whole episode on like Baz Luhrmann's Elvis or Batman or whatever. We're not going to do that. That would be, we talk about this a lot, about how wild it would be to do a live show where we do one of the ones where we just talk about like a movie.
This one, I know you're here for the paranormal. However, this one, we're going to get really deep into Moulin Rouge. Hopefully you've seen it. You didn't prepare for this.
Yeah. The Moulin Rouge one. No, this is Psychic Advice Podcast, and a lot of times we'll start with a psychic meme. And so when we say
you
psychic,
have one?
I do. Do you have one?
Oh, I don't. So I'm glad that you
Yeah, I usually bring one. Now when we say meme, that is generous. That's a generous.
It's nice to say meme.
Yeah.
However, often the good people of Psychic Facebook qualify
Right.
meme as kind of just any text that you've put on
Right.
a picture. So I'm assuming that's where we're going on this one.
Yeah.
I haven't said
Well,
that yet, but
kind of.
okay.
It's kind of that. And this one's nice because someone found a picture that already had text on it.
Okay, good.
So Rosa,
Yeah.
I've gone and sent this to you.
Wonderful.
Do you want
Oh.
to describe what you've received?
Yeah, okay.
Maybe the caption first.
Yeah, okay. Follow where you're being guided and trust the process.
That's
Star emoji, or the like twinkly one, like
Yeah.
the more stylized star,
like a twinkling star emoji.
I guess.
Yeah.
And then we have rainbow, twinkling star, butterfly, twinkling star, a bunch of overlapping hearts, twinkling star, feather, twinkling star.
And you say that makes sense. That sounds kind of psychic. That sounds like a little bit.
Follow where you're guided and trust that
Yeah.
process. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you wanna
see
say-
a lot of this.
Do you want to say the image on there?
Yeah, it's the cover of the album by Korn.
It's Korn's Follow the Leader. So,
Someone has
Yeah.
screenshotted it while they're playing Sakura remix by Demon Gummies.
yeah.
Or yeah.
So-
So
Rosa, what do you think about, do you feel guided by Korn, and specifically their album Follow the Leader?
well, I guess by Korn, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I guess by Korn, I do feel like not
Is
the
there-
band, the vegetable.
Yeah, okay.
That's what I do see that.
'Cause I was
yeah,
gonna
don't
ask if there's a
if I could-
specific lyric that maybe you felt.
Oh, because
Yeah,
I'm such a big fan of Korn that I definitely know multiple songs and or
Yeah.
lyrics.
Uh-huh.
Because one of them goes,
Yep.
the easiest way to be led on a path is when you're on a leash.
Okay.
Some would even call it a freak on a leash.
on a leash. Yeah. Well, so I was gonna say from the same song, I like when he did the I like that.
that's
one. You know what I
okay,
mean?
the best
Where
way
he does
to
that
follow
thing.
you on a path.
That's
is
for me. That's the
ah,
thing.
Okay.
Yeah, when he just kind of when he just does like an angry metal scat is
I can see
my
that.
favorite. Yeah. So normally we for the recording we send each other images. In the cases when it's possible to show you all the images without doxing anybody, we will do that. We have a very strong no doxing policy on Psychic Friendz. So we're not going to show pictures, but we do have a lot of screen caps from Psychic Facebook. Rosa, would you like to start us off with one?
Yeah, I would. I would like to do that. This one's good because it kind of I mostly want to talk about the image that accompanies
Okay.
this one.
Yeah.
So I think part of it is that I do think we can really help them. But I also want you to explain this image. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So this is a relationship question. You get a lot of this on Psychic Facebook.
Yeah.
I've brought a couple of these. And this one is good because it's two people who have been sort of, when you use the select image shape tool on, I was going to say Photoshop. I always use Pixlr because I don't have Photoshop. Because
I don't think this was done on Photoshop. I think this was done on a free software.
I think this was
This
done on a
one-
This one I think is done on a free software because the top of the person with long hair's head is just a hard horizontal line.
Yeah,
So I
big
think
cutoff.
that big cutoff. The background is a bunch of like fun candy hearts, very sweet, pink and purple, pink and red, and light pink candy hearts. And then the two people have been sort of photo collaged together on
You
it.
say that these are candy hearts, but they're actually drawings of balloons, of heart-shaped
Oh,
balloons.
they
I
are.
do
If you
think-
look, yeah. I'm so just accountability. I am so sorry. I said a candy heart. They are balloons.
Yeah, they are
What I like-
completely drawn balloons.
What's doing it a lot for me in this is that I think if you're gonna collage, this is a quick audience poll. If you're gonna collage, and there's two answers, and neither of them is right, it's just a matter of personal preference. If
Okay,
you are gonna collage two people together for like a sweet couples photo, do you think it's more important that do you think it's better for them to be the same size, or do you think it's better to make it look like one of them is
Giant and one of them's really small.
is like a giant from Legend and the other a real small one? Do you think?
I think it's probably, yeah, I think it's probably good to make them two different sizes.
Do you think that the vertical space that one of their heads occupies could be filled with two of the other person's head?
Yeah,
I think that's better, and it really, because it lets you know the relationship dynamic.
I like that they're from greatly different angles and also different lighting. I think
well,
that
so
really
I think, what I like about it is they take up the same, just based on perspective. They take, Nick says absolutely two different sizes. Nick, you're right. Absolutely.
Two different sizes. Right. Yeah, you gotta show that, you know, that these two photos were truly collaged together. If you make it too similar, then how will people know it's a collage? You could have been standing next to each other when this photo was taken.
Too similar. How are people gonna know it's two different people? The question is, hi, please, may I have a reading about my current relationship? The communication between us is slow, and I'm not sure what's going on. I'm in desperate need to really know what's going on, as I'm falling ill. Oh no, I'm falling ill thinking about it. You can't. No, you can't. That is not. You can't say that.
You can't be like, I'm absolutely going to die without a sandwich in the next
No, but
hour.
but you can say that, because that's a thing. That is a version of hyperbole that people actually say. This is like if you were like,
I've fallen ill with emotion. The emotion, happiness.
I hope that my favorite sports team wins. I'm catching the flu over it. You can't. No one says I'm falling ill thinking about our relationship. Thanks, love and light. Please, anyone who's drawn to us, thanks. Prayer hands emoji, prayer hands emoji, prayer hands emoji, heart emoji, heart emoji, heart emoji.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually think this relationship doing good. I think this person is overthinking it. I think this person thinking too much. And the reason I think this person's doing good is like there is a real there is such an earnestness in this collaged photo that I'm like, that touches my heart. You know what I mean? Like the person who made this really wanted, like, there's an earnestness that comes from Googling heart balloons and then finding the first photo you could find of either of them and then taking the trace tool and just going along. Yeah, no, I think the relationship doing good. What about you, Rosa?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be okay. I think this relationship's gonna work out. I think you just need to like not put quite as much pressure on it as you are. Yeah. I think sometimes you need to take a step back and like realize that if you put too much pressure on it, it's not gonna work out. You know, sometimes like it's too high stakes, and I think you need to bring the stakes down a little bit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Start photoshopping over some more neutral backgrounds, maybe some trees.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna send you one, and this is one of our favorite genres of psychic advice questions that people ask all the time.
Yeah. Okay. This is a photo of a monarch butterfly on a dirt path, like possibly in a nature preserve or, you know, on a walking area. I keep seeing these butterflies probably for the last few weeks. What could this mean? And I will, you know, I can do this without doxing anyone.
Yeah, you can do that without.
I'll show the YouTubers.
Yeah.
So
what do you think you mean you keep seeing a butterfly?
I think it's butterflies. The problem with me on this is I keep seeing a very normal looking butterfly is a hard sell for me, right? It's you know, if I'm here to look at butterflies, then and I keep seeing butterfly, you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm walking around outside and I see a butterfly, I'm gonna be like, butterfly. But I know a lot of our listeners, you know, the psychic Facebook overall is like, hey, you see a butterfly? That's an angel, and be careful. So
Oh yeah, well,
Either way.
it's a danger angel. It's a danger. So this is what our favorite genre of question that this is I've seen an animal. What does it mean? And I think what's funny to me about it is a lot of times it means that there was an animal there where you were. Because
Yeah.
sometimes, for sure, there's sometimes an animal, and I've specifically had crazy animal things. I was having a series of synchronicities with snakes, specifically 2 snakes, and then I saw 2 snakes fucking on a branch, and I was like, "That's crazy. That feels meaningful."
Yeah.
One time I saw 2 birds of prey carrying the same snake between them, and I was like, "Damn, that's got to mean something, right?" And I think sometimes it's really like, how wild is it that the animal showed up? Not, I keep seeing a butterfly, because what that means is you're probably, that's the season. And if you keep seeing a monarch butterfly, hey, that's great, because lawns have basically really fucked that animal over. So
Yeah.
like that's
They're
good.
returning.
That's a good omen
Someone's
for
planting some native plant species in a nearby yard, and you should help them.
people doing milkweed, and that's probably for the best. But no, oftentimes if you see a butterfly, what that does mean is that there was a butterfly there, and congratulations on my favorite one. I think there was one where someone was like, I saw a snail climbing up my door frame, and later on in the day it was way higher up. What does that mean? That's like, well, that means the snail did climb it, and congrats to you and to the snail.
And to our favorite snails. Yeah, no, I don't know if this one I think might just be a butterfly. I'm sorry, but cool butterfly you got there.
It's just, hey, sick butterfly.
Yeah. I have,
and
I'll tell you this, a segment.
All right.
Wow.
We do, yeah. So that's important. We do segments on the show, and I, as a person who makes digital music, sometimes will make a digital theme song. So when I've got the audio of this has been sent to me, I'm gonna put in the little digital intro for the segment that Rosa's about to unveil to the listeners and viewers. But Rosa always does like a little singing version of it that I do keep in the show.
Yeah.
So Rosa, do you want to do that?
So this is everyone's favorite segment, social medium.
Hold on, stop before you do the song. You think this is everyone's favorite?
No, it's absolutely not. Actually, this is probably one of our least anything segments. A lot of our segments have a lot more like props and a lot more. This is just when I see something spooky or like psychic on a different platform and want to talk about it like it's on Psychic Facebook and it's not from Psychic Facebook.
I have to commend you on telling the viewers at home that this is our most whatever segment. What a wonderful and beautiful way to just really like, hey, guess what? This about a suck.
Yeah, well, this one,
no, this is.
I like it. I like it.
Sure.
I like all of our segments. Every segment is a baby to me. I think I'm the only one who does segments too. I don't know if you've ever brought a segment.
I've done a segment or two.
You've done a segment? Okay. Well, never mind. You've done a segment. So this is a TikTok on Witch Talk, which is often where my favorite social mediums come from. Okay. And this one is one of those good night. Have you seen the meme where it's like good night to everyone except, fake bitches, people who sleep with blankets, Maroon 5 fans, right? It's like good night to everyone except for some things that I've chosen to be like, no, get out. So this is one that's Witch Talk specific, and it's a little long. I am going to play it into the microphone and hopefully we can all hear it. It is a little long, but I can also say where it is if people want to like go and find it, because this is public facing. We're not.
Yeah. This is not doxing.
But I want. I'm gonna play it. I'll hopefully we can hear it together because it's an important one. So it's called Good Night Witch Talk Edition.
Okay.
Good night to every witch on this platform except for the following, because I do have a list. Yes, I do.
Can we hear that?
Yeah, I can hear that.
Okay.
Good night to all the witches except for the ones who burn white sage and they're not native.
Yeah, we agree.
I think that one was obvious.
Sign off. Yeah.
Obvious.
Good night to everyone except for people who buy Five Below crystals. Yeah, I see you in the back buying that glass. And not plastic. Yeah.
Judgmental.
Good night to everyone.
What?
Judgmental.
Judgmental. I don't think the crystals from Five Below are probably real, but if you're using them just for like decoration and your own
Just don't.
stuff,
Just don't.
probably fine.
It's fine.
Yeah, I thought we would pause this and give our thoughts. I thought that would be kind of the fun of this one. Obviously.
ahead.
Okay, let's keep going. And I should say this is from Josiah Cornelius on TikTok. We'll shout them out. Okay.
Except for people who claim to hex deities. How are you going to hex the goddess of witchcraft?
No,
I
did you
don't
see?
understand.
Did you see that happening on Witch Talk? There was a minute where this person was not only claiming to hex deities, this person was like, I took him down. I took down Athena. Moving on, next. And it was one person who was like, got him. One got in the bag, moving on to the next one. And it was, it's hard to tell the earnest. It felt very earnest.
I'm sure that was earnest. I'm sure someone really thought that they were hexing the Greek gods. Okay. Okay, I didn't know what that was coming from. I did not see that. So when this poster jumps into good night to everyone except for those who think they're hexing the gods, I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, no, someone did think that. And
okay,
and you know what? If that's if that's what you want to spend your life doing, good luck. You know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good night to everyone except for the people who curse for no reason. Amateur.
What?
Why are you cursing people for stepping on the back of your shoe and not saying sorry? Amateur.
I originally was like people who say fuck too much.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought. That's what I thought too. You can't call it that. You can't call cursing. You got to put another verb in there.
You
gotta say like
people.
doing. You got to say doing curses or cursing people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Amateur.
Good night to all the witches except for the toxic love and light ones.
No, that's true.
Why are you getting mad at me because I'm feeling a negative emotion and I'm human? I'm sorry. Do you not understand how the brain works? It's chemicals in your brain, bitch.
That's no, and okay, that is true.
The love and light people don't understand that brains have chemicals is an amazing assertion.
Yeah, that's true, but it's also there's something so funny to me about being like, good night to witches, except the ones who don't understand brain chemistry, because
yeah, what are you even doing if your coven doesn't have a neurologist as part of it?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm here for it. Whatever. I'm here to drag some witches. This is what we're doing for this segment.
That is why I came here.
Everyone except for the practitioners who record their hexes and post them online. Great. Now they know how to undo it.
Now they know how to undo it. Not,
yeah.
hey,
and
stop posting your religious content on the internet because it's like a closed practice. No. It's because they'll learn if you post what you do online, they can undo your hex easier. Do you agree?
I think that I just feel like that's not the reason. I thought what I love about this content, Nick, I agree. I love this so much too. What I love about this post is that I feel like the person keeps getting like zagging on me at the end of it, where I'm like, okay, yeah, like I understand why you're gonna say that. And they're like, because now you can undo it. Yeah, because you can Control Z for the hex, and I agree with that.
Yeah. So I love the idea of like a person who is like reacting to videos like on like TikTok and YouTube and being like, oh, so they use mugwort here. What you're going to need to do to undo this hex is you are going to have to throw salt over your shoulder 3 times to undo this part of the curse. Like, I'm like, yeah, here.
Okay.
Good night to everyone except for the tarot readers that claim your ex is coming back. It's always, oh my God, the devil. This is probably someone who's from your past and they're coming back. Oh my God, shut the fuck up.
Okay, yeah.
Except for people who claim
yeah, so okay. It's so specific.
It's so specific, and also it's like that's true at least one of the times.
Yeah,
you know?
like that might be what's happening in the cards, but I like to be like, you see the devil, you think it's your ex. basic is
Eat
real.
shit. No good night for you. Also, yeah, okay, go on. All right. Rosa, how fucking long is this TikTok?
Pretty long.
Okay.
Move stuff with their minds and they call it witchcraft. This is
Well,
not Avatar. We manipulate
hold on.
energy. No, it's a whole thing.
Hold on. So is that this anti-telekinesis one?
Yeah. So if you're telekinesis, you're Avatar, baby. And if you're a witch, you manipulate energies. There's a big difference.
Okay, but okay. I
I know
there's
that
something-
Avatar that they're talking about is like the last Airbender, like it's like an
Right.
airbending thing, is I think what they're talking about. However, I immediately went to the blue guys. I was like, yeah, those Na'vi moves.
but also like, and like maybe this is me not being tapped in as much as I can be to current trends in our community. But is there an epidemic of telekinetics who are pretending to be witches? Do you know that? Like, is that how big is that problem?
that you had to call them out. My also big question is this kind of like a biphobia thing, right? Where it's like,
Okay.
like it's like, oh, so you choose instead of manipulating energy to be so
Right.
heteronormative and move things with your mind. Are you even a part of this
Right.
community? Like, is it one of those things where we're infighting about this?
Yeah, because this is sort of set up.
Telekinesis
This is-
people and witches can't
Right.
overlap.
Well, this is sort of seems like it seems like a. So this is what I struggle with. My first
okay.
instinct to make this listenable for people who aren't just me and Rosa is this is like a underworld vampires versus werewolves thing. But the reference that I actually want to make is to one of my favorite films and Rosa's favorite films. Is this like an I Frankenstein demons versus gargoyles?
Yeah, in the movie starring Aaron Eckhart, I Frankenstein, for those uninitiated.
This
there is
makes
a
can
decades-long war.
I have to stop you. This is I think the fourth, maybe the fifth time that we have explained I Frankenstein conceptually.
We keep having to do it because the people forget.
People don't know
Don't remember I Frankenstein.
about I
In
Frankenstein.
This All Hallows Eve. Okay, I can keep going.
I
we
Frankenstein
do
is
have-
a movie about Aaron Eckhart, and he plays a sexy Frankenstein, but he doesn't have the neck bolts. Fucked up, and he gets stuck in the decades-long war between gargoyles and demons, and it's
those two who hate each other.
The story is by the same guy who wrote the story for Underworld, who plays the big buff werewolf in Underworld. He also plays a big buff demon in I Frankenstein, and also the villain of Underworld, Bill Nighy, also is the villain of I Frankenstein. They were gonna cross over in a post-credit sequence, and then they didn't. Anyway, I got a lot of thoughts about I Frankenstein.
We'll keep going.
Yeah. Otis
Good night
feels
to
that's true. A
everyone
gallon of
except
Baja
for the
Blast
people
does
who
undo
claim
it.
that eating fast food and taking medicine is going to lower your vibration.
That's true though, and I will say, synchronous. The whole chat talking about Taco Bell right now. And so this one, the whole chat talking about Taco Bell, and this was good night to everyone except for the people who say eating fast food is bad for your vibration
and taking medicine, which seems like they're the same. Yeah, we're very pro-vaccine, and we've been talking about
pro-vaccine.
I'll
say pro Taco Bell.
I'm pro-vaccine, pro Taco Bell. Put it on my grave. All right, I think there's only like one more of these.
Thank you. Finally.
Shut up. And last but not least in the slightest, good night to everyone except for
it just cuts off. It
just
cuts off. What do you think that last one was gonna be, though?
Oh, I wish I knew.
Just
I think it was gonna be good night to everyone except Dash and Rosa from Psychic Friends, who are making fun of this TikTok. And I think this person was new. Do you know what I mean? Like I think they knew that we were coming for them.
If we were gonna do our own like final and last, who would we not say good night to? This is
good night.
I would say good night to everyone except for physical Bigfooters.
That's good. Good night to everyone except for the physical Bigfooters.
There's no one I trust less more than a person who thinks that they can kill a Bigfoot like it's a bison.
Good night to good night to everyone except for a different paranormal convention that does have cryptid in the name and description of it that when I reached out and was like, do you want to have our psychic advice podcast? They were like, oh no, we don't do metaphysical stuff. And I was like, what?
Yeah, we don't do medical physical stuff.
Good night to
Oh my. Okay, I don't know what the segment is, but arguably the segment that our entire podcast could be, because Facebook now is meta. It could, our entire one could just be metaphysical stuff.
Metaphysical. Yeah, that's not as good a name as Psychic Friends with, is it?
No, that's, I'm glad we did that.
Good night to everybody except for exorcists who dress like professional bowlers and go on every TV show.
Oh, I do feel like we have beef with we have a lot of beefs, but I think one of our best beefs are with people who claim they're priests to do exorcisms on TV.
Yes.
I feel like that's a long-standing beef.
Television exorcists who dress like Guy Fieri and
but with a collar.
But with the collar, yeah. Who dressed like little Guy Fieri with the collar and but the same flames, like, and have the same tattoos that you can only get if you're a bad tattoo artist, B, a professional bowler, or a television exorcist.
Or and I would say one more, if you're in a Red Hot Chili Peppers cover band.
If you are in, good night to everyone except for people who are in Red Hot Chili Peppers cover bands, and also everyone who's in the Red Hot Chili Peppers, my least favorite band of all time. Good.
On a bridge. That's how I ended it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm sending you one. This is more relationship advice question stuff. I sent this one because I just think you're gonna enjoy. Yeah, you like that one, Rosa?
Okay.
You like what's yeah.
Here's the thing. So most people, when they're asking for relationship readings, will post a photo of them. A lot of psychics on Psychic Facebook ask for you to post a clear photo of yourself or anyone who's like a part of the reading to better read you, right? Better connect with you.
A lot of times you get one that's sort of like, I'm just gonna like do it. I'm gonna like, this is like this is.
Oh, I'll do it too. Yeah, kind of one of those. It's like poorly, you got to get at a bad angle. I should really make the light terrible in here somehow.
Yeah. Here, wait, let me see if I can just kind of
kind of like that. Oh yeah, that very much gives that, or like they're almost like too sexy where they're like and there's like a filter behind them and you're like
no filter.
No filter.
That's a rule on all
That's
of
every rule. Don't do them. We can tell when you Snapchat beauty filtered yourself. Don't.
That is an explicit rule on basically every Psychic Advice Facebook group, is like no filters.
No filter.
Do not use filters.
You have to, people still do them. So the person who's writing this, and I think it's myself.
Yeah,
okay.
No, you're right. Yep.
The person who's writing this is doing one of these where it's like barely in the frame, like I'm trying to sneak out of the frame kind of pictures. And then the other person, obviously, this poster stole it from social media. I feel like I don't think this was like I don't think they took this photo, and it's a guy holding a fish.
Yeah, but not like the normal way.
Not like this. Not like
there's a version of showing a fish, and this guy's holding it. Like if this pencil's the fish, just
and it's small enough that it's in the palm of his hand, which is crazy. All right, so this man's holding a fish and also not wearing a shirt,
right? Which
I don't know. Like if someone was posting me on Psychic Facebook, even if I had posted a shirtless photo of myself, I would hope they would use one with me in a shirt. You know what I'm saying?
With shirt or without a fish, you can't have both.
Yeah, it's a lot going on. Okay, so here's the caption. Hoping someone can get a read on what's to come with my relationship. Please break it to me or reassure me if blank and myself blank will continue to improve and evolve our relationship. This is for free monthly reading. Thank you so much. I don't think you get to choose if it's for a monthly reading or not on most of these groups.
That's in this group that I'm in. Normally we don't say the names of the groups. This one's really good, so I will say it. It is 1111 Twin Flames and Soul Flames 1111 is the group.
Soul Flames. Okay.
Sorry, Soulmates, Twin Flames.
Oh, okay. I was like, that's crazy if we were making up new things now.
We didn't throw a new one in there. What do you think, Rosa? What do you think about this relationship?
I don't think it's gonna work out. This is not one that
Okay.
I see working out. Sorry, I'm also drinking a water.
Why are you hiding that? Why?
I don't know. I didn't want to drink on camera. I don't know.
I've been.
It was so
I've
much
been
worse what I did. I know,
You
but
did it
yours
really
is like in a
bad.
can.
I've been drinking a grapefruit spindrift this whole time.
Wow. Use code psychic for Psychic Friends, brought to you by
Sponsor us, Spindrift.
Yeah, sponsor us, you cowards. They don't sponsor us. Yeah, I don't see.
Sarah Preston in the chat wants to know if the relationship is between the man and the fish, and I hope not, because he's holding it like if you told me that the next photo was of this man being like, "Watch me squeeze the shit out of this fish," I would be.
I think he's gonna bite the head off.
Like, bite it.
Yeah, just take
Oh,
that.
I hope not.
It looks like he didn't wear a shirt so he wouldn't get blood all over him when he bit that fish's head. Yeah, so here's the thing. I don't think this is working out.
Okay. Yeah, tell me why.
And I think I'm gonna break it to you. I don't think this is working out because I don't think you're very compatible, and like you're already working so hard to improve your relationship and evolve it. Like I think you're already putting in a lot of work for that. Yeah. And I think at some point he's not going to have the energy to keep improving. And I think that's going to I think if you wait it out at some point, that's going to happen and it's going to hurt you more.
I think that there's a very cliche, and I will say that you could say Psychic Friends, the tagline of our show is throw the man away. And that's often our advice in relationship things. I don't think that this is I don't think this guy sucks. This guy doesn't seem like he sucks. I just think that he's doing he's got a whole idea that his life is sort of framed around. I think he has this idea of what his life is and what he wants it to be. Adler, yeah, all of his energy is going into holding that fish. He's still holding it. They say that even to this day,
that fish more than he holds on to your love. And for this reason.
Oh, sharks. No, I think that I don't think this is a bad guy, but I don't think that this is a bad guy, but I do think that he's just got he's got a chill thing that he wants, and I think you want more than that. And I think it's okay to acknowledge that, and it's okay to acknowledge that the energy that you've put into this and the energy that you've tried to sort of build and maintain has not been wasted because you've done growth and you've done thinking. I think sometimes we get into relationships where we're like, I put so much thought into this, I've put so much energy into this, and if it were to end, that would be disastrous and it would be a waste of time. And it's like, no, because you've been growing this whole time on your own too. Even if you felt like you've been growing together, you've also been growing, and it's okay to say that two people want different things. And ultimately, I do feel like this is two people who just sort of want different things, and it doesn't make someone the villain or the bad guy or whatever. I don't see a match. I agree with you, Rosa.
Yeah. I have how much time do we have more on this one?
Probably another 20, and then Vanessa's gonna ask us some questions, I guess.
Okay, if I have time for 2 more, I'm gonna send this one to you, which I think we probably will get. Yeah, I think we'll get 2 down. Because I want to do one of the other ones, but I'll send this one to you because it's short.
Rosa, we're doing a time-honored Psychic Friends tradition is talking about all of the logistics of the show that we're currently doing.
We're really hitting every single box to make this a classic app. It's a classic one.
Our show episodes are usually around 45 to an hour, so that's why I said we got the 20. We have as much time. If we want to do the whole 2 hours, we can do that. I don't really want to do a full 2 hours of just us doing the episode. I would rather do it and then talk to Vanessa about whatever Vanessa wants to
I feel like 2 hours is a lot of time for Psychic Friends. That's a lot of Psychic Friends.
That's too much Psychic Friends, I
these
think.
these friends,
but only in one. If you want to go home and listen, go home. If you want to stay in your home where you are now,
get in your car, drive to the border.
Yeah, but if you want to listen to 2 episodes at once, what a great idea for you to listen to multiple episodes of the show that we have. This is gonna be, depending on, we just put out our 140th episode, which I think is pretty cool. Yeah, there's a lot of them.
There's a lot of episodes. This
Done
is
a lot of
running. Wow.
The only thing we haven't done on this live show that is, again, classic Psychic Friends stuff is one of us say something fun and the other one be like, we should make that into merch, and then never do it. That's
yeah,
the
we have-
only other big Psychic Friends thing.
Well, I feel like we do that. That's a rare case. Like that's a rare treat when it happens.
Sure. I'm
We
just
don't- we
saying.
don't
I'm just
say it.
saying if we want to get the full
The
Psychic
full
Friends experience.
Yeah, is we should figure out some merch and then not drop it.
Okay, Rosa, you've sent me a good one.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and read it. Hi, could you be kind enough to please explain what is yellow energy? Thanks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you do it?
Explain yellow energy?
Yeah.
Can't
They've
believe you'd
asked.
ask. Okay. I don't actually know what yellow energy. I can tell you what it is in the DC universe in its fear. It's the opposite of green energy, which is the energy of willpower. I don't think that's what this person means, though.
I did try to look it up. I got
Yeah,
yellow
okay.
auras, which
What
like
do yellow
is-
what do yellow auras mean?
that they have a sunny disposition is what
That can't no, get the fuck out. That can't be what it
that's what it started with.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
that can't I would be so fucking angry if I went to an aura photographer and I sat down and they took the picture and they were like developing it and they came to me after and they were like, oh, you've got to see how you're surrounded by yellow. And I'd be like, wow, what does that mean? And they'd be like, well, it means you got a sunny disposition. All right.
So I'm at aura.net right now.
Oh, okay. The leading website.
Yeah, because I thought they could
Yeah.
maybe help us. With this.
Yeah. What do you got there?
There's a reason yellow is the color of sunshine, often
Get the
associated
fuck
with
out.
joy, freedom. Yellow auras are considered to be indicators of lightheartedness and a fun-loving nature.
Yeah, I don't think that's right. I think Adler Cooper in the comments is right because Adler has said P.
Oh, you got kind of a pee aura, kind of a
I
big
think-
kiss baby.
That would okay. Yeah. So if the aura photographer was like, I'm looking, do you see the yellow aura? And I'm like, wow, what does that mean? And like, piss. Actually, this is
Yeah.
the yellow is the P. You know, like how piss is? That's how this one is. Congratulations.
So that might be a specific. So there's a couple different types of yellow energy, and
Okay.
they have the light yellow aura, which is associated with new beginnings.
Okay.
The bright yellow aura, which
Wait.
is optimism.
Hold on.
The golden yellow aura, which is the P one, probably, if we're
Just-
being
I don't-
honest.
I don't think that you can. If someone was like, describe to me the difference between bright yellow and light yellow. What? And you're like, please, this is important. I need to know if I got new beginnings or optimism.
Well, or your golden yellow aura, which I'm gonna
Mhm.
read this one specifically because it's gonna be you're gonna hate it.
Okay, I can't wait.
People with a golden yellow aura are considered some to be as good as gold.
You can't.
You know, like you're as good as gold.
Okay. This sucks. Rosa, this sucks.
There
I
are
hate
several strategies for connecting with your own golden yellow aura. Would you like to try to guess any of them?
Wake up early, do bunch exercise. Is that on
No.
there? Okay.
It's so much stupider. There's
Okay,
four
please
of
tell
them.
me. Yeah, please tell me what they are.
drink herbal tea or ginger ale. I can't
Oh,
imagine
hey.
drinking ginger
Wait.
ale.
Wait. You can't have both of those on the list.
Well, it's herbal-ish. Like
Does it
ginger's herb.
does it matter what herbal tea? Or
Any
is
herbal
it
tea,
any
any herbal
herb
tea, or also
or
ginger ale.
ginger
like a
ale? What about
Schweppes.
what about ginger beer?
No, just like a
Ginger beer in it?
Schweppes.
Gotta be the ale. Gotta be that sweet Canada Dry.
Dry. Yeah.
Okay.
Wear yellow.
Fuck off. That can't be.
Wear gold jewelry, which feels kind of the same as wearing yellow, if I'm being honest.
I
But
can't.
You'll notice I am wearing some gold
Kai
jewelry
in the
today,
comments.
so-
Kai in the comments does point out that ginger ale is the tea of soda pop. That's true, and I hadn't considered it.
Yeah, we had not looked into. I
Okay,
think
yeah.
root beer should be. No, you're right. It's ginger ale. Never mind. It's ginger ale. And then the last one: surround yourself with yellow flowers, like buttercups.
This feels and okay. I can't. Okay, here's what I'm struggling. With. I'm not a aura expert. I'm not a like. Or I don't know auras and what they mean. But I feel like they can't mean this, right?
We have some more tips for opening your solar plexus chakra, which is the one that is associated with the yellow aura.
That's your yellow one, okay?
Yep. But I mean, maybe it is. This website says it is, and they are
sure.
aura.net. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah. Similar to the presence of bright yellow energy, a blocked manipula or manipura could indicate a person is feeling depressed, anxious, bitter, or conflicted. Here are some ways to unblock this chakra and soothe their yellow energy with the following methods. So you might not have enough yellow energy. These things are probably going to help you. Okay.
Yeah.
Eat yellow foods like bananas or pineapples.
No. They're not even. That's not even yellow. They're all the
chakra
yellow.
If your chakra is blocked, then try to eat a banana. See how you.
But the inside of the banana is white, off-white, eggshell colored. You gotta eat the banana. Do you have to eat the banana peel?
I do like that. Like fixing your aura is the same advice my mom used to say when I had stomach aches. Like drink a ginger ale, eat a banana.
Hey, I'm trying to fix my aura, so I ate a banana, but it was a green one, so.
That's a plantain, so that's a whole different energy.
Now I ate a green one, and so it's green. So now I'm the Grinch.
Yeah. All right. Try physical activity like a bow pose or cobra pose during yoga. All right, so that was yours, like get up exercise.
All right, yeah, get up, yeah, exercise.
Meditate outside in the sun. So just go sit in the sun because it's the sun one.
Just go sit in the sun, I guess.
Yeah. Surround yourself with yellow gemstones like citrine. Kind of the same as the flowers. I know flowers and gems.
But not from that one store.
But not from Five Below.
Okay.
We hate them. Yeah. So do you think that could maybe answer this poster's question by?
I think that if any of that's true,
is anyone kind enough to explain this yellow energy? Thanks.
If any of that's true, all that means is that I have such a fundamental misunderstanding of what auras are.
Because I just feel eat a banana and change your whole like you're a mood ring. Like you eat too much.
I feel like you can't. I feel like
you're a flamingo in this. You know how like flamingos are only pink because they eat a lot of shrimp? It's like, your aura is only pink if you eat enough shrimp.
Right. You gotta eat
ginger.
If you're going for the pink aura, the rarest aura, you gotta eat so much shrimp, and you
just have to eat like just a giant pile of shrimp.
You're gonna feel gross because those are so rich. Are there other colors? What do the other colors mean?
I don't know. I mean, I could look further into aura.net. I'm sure there's other.
This feels like it can't be, right? Chat, do we agree that this can't be?
Maybe they know a lot about auras.
Is there an aura expert? Do we have an aura expert? Yeah, Adler Cooper, if you eat beets, your aura is gonna turn red, and if your aura is red, oh boy, watch out, you know?
Yeah, this website also will take a photo of your aura, it looks like. So
Kai, yes, I do know the song Flamingo by Cara Bonito. I love Cara Bonito, and I love that song. Shrimps are very rich, and if you eat too much, you might get sick. We've talked about, we've done so much on aura. I hope that this is wrong, but what if it's? Can you imagine if you're like, I've spent the last decade becoming really connecting to the metaphysical and spiritual abilities, and like, wow, what's your focus of study? And you're like, auras. And you're like, oh, that's great. what does it mean? And like it's mostly just really simple color. It's really just simple color association. If you want a blue aura, wow, you eat a blueberry, you know? If you want a blue aura, you should listen to the Blue Man Group and eat a blueberry. And congratulations, your aura is blue now. Rosa, I'm gonna send you one.
Mhm.
And I'm sending you a handful of them. And
Okay.
the main thing I want you to notice is the frequency that these posts. I want you to describe the posts
Okay.
and describe the frequency in which they're made. And then if you go to the last image that I sent you, I'd like you to tell me the date of it.
Okay. So who can read? And then it is a like a tea or coffee reading. So it's like the ends of it. I think it's a tea reading. Like, but it's not tea leaves where it's usually leaves. This is like ground processed tea. So it looks kind of like coffee.
It looks like
and
coffee.
we see a bunch of different
this,
photos, different cups, different photos.
You get a decent amount of this in Psychic Advice Facebook where someone's like, oh, I did an egg reading. Can someone help me read this? I did a coffee or a tea reading. Can someone help me read this? Now, Rosa, go ahead and scroll through those 9 photos that I sent you.
Okay, so the first one says, who can read? 14 hours ago. What do you see? 2 days ago. What do you see? September 9th. Who can read, please? September 7th. These are all different cups, I should say. These are all different cups. What do you thick coffee is saying? Oh, it was coffee, and it is on September 1st. What do you see? August 29th. Let's read August 22nd. What do you see? August 21st. What do you see? August 18th. What do you see? August 18th.
Every couple of days is one of these.
What do you see? August 13th.
Yeah. Sometimes multiple in one day. None of these have any comments.
Yeah. So the first one is in May 7th, 2020.
Yeah, this person for the past 2 years has been posting every 3 days. And I know here's what I did this morning. I was scrolling up to see.
You just scrolled for hours to find where this ended?
It didn't take hours, but it did take a longer time than I would. Because the whole time when you are scrolling through somebody who's posted the same coffee cup with different coffees in it for 2 years, the whole time you're like, can't be this long. Surely I'm almost to the end of it. This has got to be. We've definitely approached, but no one has helped this person. No one has done any read. Who can read? No one, apparently. No comments on any of these.
So we do have to read it now.
I think we should. What I'm saying is I think we should read it.
Okay. I'm going to do the most recent one, right? Because I think the older ones are probably like less.
I think everyone can sort of play along at home with us if they want to try to read these.
Yeah, it's hard to
So
I'm seeing a heart.
Okay.
I'm kind of seeing a heart. And I think that means that someone new is going to come into your life, and it might not be necessarily romantic, but it is going to be it's going to be like someone that you care for immensely.
Okay.
Like a new relationship. It might be friendship, it might be like a guardianship, it might be like it could be a lot of different types of relationship, but it's going to be important to you and it's going to come into your life soon. That's what I see with that one.
I think as I'm looking at this, what I notice is that there's a lot of empty space. Like there's a lot of like unfilled lines in between. And I think that I'm so close to my microphone, I'm probably clipping. I think that there's a lot of like, you've done a few things a lot, but I think that there's a lot of elements of your life that are probably need more filling in. Like I think you've really hyper focused on a couple of things while not focusing as much on some other stuff that maybe you should be focusing on. Kai sees sea coral, so maybe you have a future in something with the ocean or the sea. And Vanessa sees the logo for an obscure metal band, which is correct. That is in there. For sure. So, okay. And maybe it's time to start your aquatic themed metal band.
Yeah. No one's doing it yet. It's your time.
I guarantee you someone has done it. I absolutely guarantee you. Mostly I just wanted to share this person been posting basically every 2 to 3 days for 2 years.
Wow, psychic Facebook is so special.
Begging people to read this coffee, and no one has done it.
Yeah.
You got one more for us, Rosa?
I do. It's one that I really like doing, and we haven't done it in a really long time. This type of one. I'd love you to read it, and we're gonna do some rapid fires.
Oh, yeah, all right. This is great. This is a person, one of the best genres. I'm actually just gonna show it because you haven't included the name on here. So I am just gonna show people, because one of the best parts about Psychic Facebook is the frequent use of Bitmoji. Lot of Bitmoji. So here's a Bitmoji, and it says, "I will open up to answer any yes or no questions for only today."
Yeah, respond to it. However, this person did respond to most of them, if
Great.
not all of them. I didn't go all the way to the bottom.
Absolutely.
So I'm
Absolutely.
gonna read them to you. I want you to give a yes or no answer, and we're gonna see if you agree with this psychic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Am I going into the right direction with work?
No.
Psychic said yes, so now you do have to
Okay,
fight
well.
on this one.
I'll fight every psychic in the world.
Yeah, no, I also see no though, so I am on your side.
Okay.
Is the guy I've been talking to for a while, is there going to be more than just friends?
Yes, but it's bad and you shouldn't do it.
Ooh, yes, but it's bad is a good one. The psychic also says yes, so all right. Does my ex and father of my son still love me?
No.
No, I also say no. The psychic says yes. I do think this is the same person, but it's funnier to read if you think these are two different people.
Okay. Yeah. So you're saying my ex and then also the these are two, got it. Yeah. Still the answer is no.
Yeah, no. Will I get employment in October?
Yes.
You said yes. Psychic says no on this one. At first, I thought the psychic was just saying anything that the person wanted to hear, but then when it's like, no, you won't get work, I was like, no, they're going with their gut. Okay.
Yeah.
Am I supposed to stay with my husband?
No.
No. The psychic says yes, but I'm very much no.
Here's what you have to understand about Psychic Facebook psychics is they are always gonna be like, keep it together, stay together, make it work.
They have bad choices.
Never.
Okay.
Listen, I as a child of divorce, I'm here to tell you, divorce probably the right. If you're thinking about it, probably the way to go. That's what I'm. You know what I mean? I even as a kid, I would watch movies where a kid would be like, "Oh, my parents are getting divorced. How do I keep them together?" And I'd be like, "No, you fool! It's better. Let it happen. Let it happen."
My parents split up when I was so young that I didn't even like. I saw those movies later, and I was like, "Oh, is that something people do?"
Yeah.
Like,
what?
Okay.
Okay.
Will the contractor and I catch up outside of work? Ooh.
I love how specific that is. Yes.
I think yes as well. The psychic says no, which I think is wrong. I think you will.
Yeah.
You and
gotta
that contractor are going to be at the same bar. He's going to order you a drink. You'll say like, "Hey, we should catch up."
I gotta say, I'm getting a real charlatan vibes from this psychic.
Yeah, I'm getting some bad vibes from the psychic too. Okay, I like this one. Will I go to South Carolina with my husband this winter, please? And thank you, heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you will.
Yeah, that's
it's weird that you'd have to ask me.
Yeah, I don't know why you're okay. Yeah. Yes.
Now we usually don't read names, but I want to read this name, and I don't think I'm doxing anyone because like even finding this would be insane,
Okay.
right? Whom do I end up with, Jeff or Caesar? Thank you.
I want it to be Caesar, but I think it's going to be Jeff.
I don't think it's either of them. But
Oh,
good try.
All right.
If you're at, but also, yeah, Jeff and Caesar, like, whom do I end up with, Jeff or Caesar, is such a
You
good
want it to be
question.
Caesar.
It gets, maybe it's Cesar, possibly. I don't, but either way, it is a way, that is such a good, that's such a good mouthfeel question. I've never seen, it had quite a, anyway.
Okay.
Will me and Ashley get to meet in person?
No.
No, I think Ashley's a catfish. I think it's not gonna happen.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right.
I don't think Ashley exists. I'm so sorry.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Yeah, and I have one I have one more.
Okay.
Will I ever find love again?
Yes,
Yes, you will.
absolutely, zero question.
Yeah.
I was gonna say let's call it. I do want to send you one last one
Okay.
for this episode, and then we can talk.
We'll call
and then
it,
yeah, we can talk to Vanessa. We can answer some audience questions or however we want to do it.
Yeah.
I sent this for one very specific reason. Let's see if you find it.
Okay, so there's a really awkward taken selfie of a person like with, I believe, Seattle maybe in the background, and then there's one intensely blurry photo of a person, like so blurry that it
this
seems
is
like
this is like
a
a fucking
screenshot of a FaceTime.
This is a Bigfoot level blur.
Yeah, like okay. And here's the crazy thing. By like now looking at the poster, I think it's the poster who's the blurry.
The poster posted the blurry
It's
selfie
not
and posted a very clear picture
clear
of the other
selfie
person.
of the other
Yeah.
person, which is like, why can't you take a better photo of yourself? I kind of understand if you need to like steal a photo of someone else, like maybe don't post that if they're not okay just giving you a photo, but like yourself. Okay, anyway. Hi, I'm looking for a reading on me, my name, and
I think you could say it. And
says
Caesar.
that.
We've got
Caesar.
the return of Caesar, and that's why I wanted to end on this one because it's too much. You can't. You got Caesar in both of them. Caesar.
Now I have to look if it's this person.
Oh fuck! I hope so. Is it?
No, it's not.
Damn. Why? But I do hope it is the same Caesar.
Yeah, I do hope it is the same Caesar. All right.
Yeah.
He has been in and out of my life for 3.5 years. He's married but separated for many years. I don't know how separated this guy is.
Okay.
I think he might be, but if for many years, why don't you just get divorced at them? All right.
Mhm.
V, which I assume is supposed to be we, or I've walked away many times because of his constant not knowing what he wants, but he comes back to me. You've always been open, and I've always been an open book about what I wanted from him, but every time he came back, he gave me less and less every time. Finally, I confronted him and he told me he didn't want to be part of my life anymore. And I told him, okay, and blocked him and tried to end the cycle as it's hurting me. My heart aches. Did he go back to someone else, or once again was his pride and ego consuming him due to his family issues? Thank you so much for anything you can tell me. And then these person's names again, as if they wrote it.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that
this is from the Twin Flames and Soulmates group again, by the way.
Yeah, this is not your twin flame nor your soulmate. This is neither. This is kind of an ass. Yeah, and if this guy keeps giving you less and less, like, yeah, block him. Here's the thing. When you block him, though, block him. Right? Like, here's the thing. If you're like, hey, I broke the cycle because it's hurting me, I blocked him. Great. That's the end of this story. Don't be like, so did he go back to someone else? It's like, all right, so you're not over him. So you're not. You blocked him, but you're still in the cycle. So I think sometimes it's not only about the breakup. It's about really getting off of the person's radar and energy and all of that. And it seems like you're still on his energy because, like, if he's now with someone else, good. Right? It's not you. I mean, probably bad for that person. Maybe you like care about that person, but like, but he's not in your orbit anymore, and that's the most important part. Like, cleanse him from your orbit, and then if he pops up somewhere else, it happens. But you know, try not to freak out about it.
I think that it's. I get it because I've blocked and muted people on Twitter, and then I still go and look at what they're tweeting because I'm curious, and I understand the curiosity. I understand the like, oh, what's going on there. I get it. But you can't in this case. You can't with this one. This a real mediocre dude who's got the butt crack here. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, butt crack forehead. Yeah,
I know. The butt crack forehead, and you gotta fixate on something else and get your shit together. You know what I mean? Because this is a psychic friends throw the man away.
Yeah.
This is psychic friends throw the man away.
And if you're in a really good place in a couple of years and you think it's fun to like go and like look if he's, you know, like
Right,
doing something out of interest, that's totally fine. I'm not,
Yeah, of course.
but like if you're so worried about it that like you're posting on psychic Facebook, no.
After you throw the man away, you don't fish him out of the toilet. You leave him in the toilet where you threw him. You go.
Yeah,
there's
you
no
put
need
him
to
in
fish.
there.
Do not fish the man out of the toilet or the dumpster or wherever. You got to leave him in there and go find another
leave him
dumpster
in.
man. Go find another dumpster man. I know that's I have a very like this is a very like this person.
Go find another dumpster man.
You gotta find a dumpster man who's not hurting your life. Dumpster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's dumpster men out there that are fine. And then you do that and see how that feels to be with a dumpster man who's not secretly still with his wife. Absolutely is what's happening, by the way.
Yeah. By the way, if anyone's like, hey, they're separated, but they're not for many years, but
Yeah.
he just kind of waltzes in and out of my life. I'm like, yeah, because he's married.
That's for sure. Yeah, because he is
he's
married.
100% married.
And I gotta say, tying it into the last one, maybe go find Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe it's
have you
time.
tried to find a Jeff?
Have you tried going to Kai? You're right. Don't fish the man out of the dumpster is a good t-shirt for Psychic Friends. So I do think we hit the hat. I do think we hit all the bases. I do think we hit a grand. Can I just say this was a grand slam Psychic Friends because we did hit all the bases. We did hit all the ones, all the bases, and go find a dumpster man named Jeff is my advice to this poster because he's out there.
Yeah,
he's very easy to find. Yeah, I think that's probably for the podcast portion. I think that's probably going to do it for us on this here